Hello, this is the 91st Multilingual Migrant Worker News. On the 8th of October, an old representative and long-time delegate of MWTV, Binu, was caught by surprise by immigration control officers on his way home from work. Binu has been living in Korea for 18 years and has been actively voicing migrant workers' rights through music, media and education. On the 15th, immigration control officers forcefully went inside a Nepalese restaurant in Dongdaemun without showing a warrant. And lastly, on the 18th of October, over 10 migrants were arrested near Jungang Market in Ulsan. Arresting in a crowded public place and on a Sunday was a clear violation of previous procedures and of basic human rights.
이번 단속이 다른 해보다도 강도가 상당히 높을 뿐더러 불법적이고 위법적인 단속이 심화되고 있다는 측면이 굉장히 우려스러운 측면이 있고.
Since the Ministry of Justice announced that starting early October there would be mass crackdowns, the lives of migrant workers has been greatly disturbed. There have been serious human rights violations in regards to the methods used by law enforcers. Random arrests, racial profiling, as well as rushed and hardly legal procedures are known to have been used during recent crackdowns. There has also been an increase in injuries during arrests. Charities, such as Act for Migrants, are demanding the halt of violent forced deportation and asking for new comprehensive policies. The arrest of Binu, musician and cultural activist, has had strong reverberations in the Korean society. Over 1,000 people signed a petition and many civil organizations demanded his release. These organizations pointed out that Binu's work for the society must be recognized. They voiced that migrant workers with a prolonged stay status should not simply be exploited for their work here and then sent back to their country of origin, but that they should be recognized as long-standing members of the community. Artists also announced their support for Binu. Singer Kang Sane held a concert dedicated to Binu entitled Where is My Friend From?
나도 이렇게 인권 자체가 존중받는 한 사람으로서 다른 사람에게도 똑같이 해당 사항이 되면 좋겠다는 얘기죠.
Binu came to Korea in 1992 and worked for over 10 years in a factory, contributing to the Korean industry. His life changed drastically in 2003 when he participated in a migrant workers' strike. Since then, he became the lead singer of the multicultural band Stop Crackdown and started actively raising awareness for migrant workers' human rights through media and arts, working as a voice for a minority that is too often unheard. Recently, he also started to give lessons to children about multiculturalism. After living in Korea for half his life, Binu was detained and sentenced to forced deportation on the 23rd of October. On October 15th, a children's writer and cultural activist, Bom Laoti, was among those who were arrested in a Nepalese restaurant in Dongdaemun. Mr. Bom Laoti was working as an elementary school teacher for 10 years in Nepal before moving to Korea to be a migrant worker in 1997. He has been the president of Nepal Consulting Community, chairman of the Committee of Salad TV, and above all, a poet creating works in relation to migrant workers. He was the first migrant worker to publish a children's book, which can be literally translated as Children Breaking Stones, which won the 2009 Incheon Distinguished Literature Prize.
단체 활동도 너무 많이 하셨고 한국에서 일단 너무 오랫동안 자기 고향처럼 자기 제2의 나라라고 생각하면서 많이 노력하면서 살았었는데 갑자기 이런 일이 당해서 가시니까 너무 안타깝습니다.
Mr. Bom Laoti's case is especially distressing as he has been actively sharing his cultural abilities with and for children. He has written poems that have contributed abundantly to the Korean society and has written stories for children. Mr. Bom Laoti is a man who has been showing children how kids their age in different circumstances live and dream. He is still waiting earnestly for the day that he will be released from Hwasang Immigration Processing Center. So what is the situation for migrant workers in other countries? According to a report published by the National Human Rights Commission of Korea in 2006, the United States often cancelled forced deportation in cases where the defendant had lived in the country for over 10 years without a criminal record. In Germany, a new law passed in 2005 in which 200,000 refugees were given a special limited right of residence status. This allowed them to be recognized in society without necessarily giving them a green card. In 2006, thousands of undocumented workers were given prolonged stay visas under the condition of presenting a contract of employment. This is also how over 1 million undocumented workers could come out of hiding between 2003 and 2006 in Italy. In Spain as well, 600,000 workers in 2005 alone were recognized. In 2007, over 200,000 documented workers were legalized under the discretion of different regions in France.
스페인이라든지 또 이탈리아 같은 이런 다문화 사회를 지향하는 이런 곳에서 보면 미등록 이주 노동자들이 꼬박꼬박 그 나라에 체류하고 있는 그런 것을 증명할 수 있는 서류들을 꼬박꼬박 챙깁니다. 왜냐하면 5년 또는 7년이 지나면 거의 예외 없이 그들을 장기 체류한 미등록 노동자들을 법적 조처로 보호를 해주는.
There has been a surge of crackdown since the Ministry of Justice announced its new 5-year plan to reduce illegal immigrants last March. Last year, over 30,000 migrant workers were deported, a 60% increase from 2007. This year, the numbers are still rising, and throughout this process, many migrants have been injured and their lives put in danger. Some have even died. It has been 5 years since the employment license system has been put in place. The Korean society should now find an advanced, modern policy for migrant workers. This was the 91st Multilingual Migrant Worker News. You can watch more on our website at www.mwtv.kr. Thanks for watching and goodbye.